What's the title of Blade Runner? What does that represent?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't you know that you're a grown up? No games, no puns. Not allowed if you're a grown up.
Hey there, welcome to GenXGrownUp. I'm a GenXGrownUp. Thanks for clicking on the video. Hey, the idea for this video came from an event just about a week ago where I was publicly shamed in a get-together, and I decided to bring in my friend Mo, who's joining me here today.
Hey, buddy.
So we were hanging out, we were playing cards with some friends, and somebody was talking about the new Blade Runner movie that's coming out.
Awesome.
Like in October.
Totally. Oh, so looking forward to that one.
Yeah. So I let casually drop that, like, oh, well, before that comes out, I'd better watch the first one. I was totally raked over the coals for never having actually seen Blade Runner. Now, technically, I think I saw part of it at one point.
Doesn't count.
When it first came out, when it first came out on VHS, me and a friend, he had a VCR and I didn't. We rented Blade Runner and Porky's.
So you had to watch Porky's.
Well, so when his parents went to bed, we didn't watch Blade Runner over and over. We watched Porky's over and over. Anyway, so like I vaguely, like, I'm aware of its existence, and this kind of reminded me of when I was when I was a kid. I saw Star Wars a ton on HBO, and then I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater when it came out, but I had never actually seen Empire. But
the one that ties them all together.
Right. However, so the thing was, I'd had action figures and comic books and playing cards, so I kind of knew the story. And I was hanging out with a friend of mine one night. He was spending the night, and I'm like, no, I know the story of Empire. He says, tell me the story of Empire. As it turns out, I really didn't know the story of Empire, and he was rolling on the floor.
From you piecing together bits
just
from
my tribal knowledge of what I thought the story was.
You got from osmosis.
Yeah, basically. He's like, so John, what happened to the Wampa? And I'm like, I think it like ate Luke's horse or something. Clearly I know what's going on in the Empire now, but
yeah, there were a lot of horses in the movie.
A lot of horses. The idea is that I've still never seen Blade Runner to this day. You, however, have seen it a couple of times.
I would go into dozens.
Dozens. Okay. So I'm gonna try to earn back my geek cred with my friend, but first I thought it would be interesting to bring in a Blade Runner expert.
Yep.
And I kind of think I know what Blade Runner's about a little bit. I want you to...
You know what we're going to start with, right?
I don't know where you're going to start.
I want to hear what you think.
Okay.
What Blade Runner's about. Like,
what is Blade Runner about?
What happens in Blade Runner?
Okay.
Give me the synopsis.
It happens somewhere in the far future, and I think they're flying cars.
It's okay.
And there's I think Harrison Ford is some kind of a detective, because I remember like one scene I saw where he was analyzing a Polaroid picture and he could look behind things in the picture in a cool computer. And there are clones or something. There's some kind of... In the end, maybe he's one. I don't know. That's pretty much...
Oh my god.
Am I close?
I mean, the stuff you named did happen.
Okay, alright, so I'm not...
There were no clones in it, though.
So I'm not wrong.
Yeah, there are no clones, right? So let's take a step back.
Okay.
So, yes, he's a cop.
Okay.
He's a cop. They have these things called, basically they're androids.
Okay.
And they're called replicants.
The replicants, okay, yep.
Replicants.
Right,
They're
not clones, replicants.
The problem is they make them so well, you can't tell the difference between them and humans.
Okay. So they're Cylons.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Take Cylons.
Okay.
Cylons. Okay, so here's another question for you.
Okay. I'm ready.
How many replicants? So Decker is a Blade Runner, which is
Is that Harrison Ford?
That's Harrison
He's
Ford.
Decker. I knew that.
That's Decker.
Okay, I knew that.
His job is
Okay.
to hunt down these replicants. How many does he have to hunt down? How many are in this movie?
He has a quota?
No. How many are on the loose?
Oh, okay. It's not like he's ready to write tickets, and he's
No,
I gotta get 3 today, or
yeah. It's not like a police. No.
One. I only know of one. There's some girl, right? There's a girl he had to hunt down.
There's more than that.
There's more than one. Okay.
There's more than one. I'll leave it at that.
So there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Okay, so there's something else I don't know.
Yeah. Why were the replicants on the run?
I don't know. I thought I knew more about this movie. Oh, they're gonna kill him. Because they're going to kill him? No, that's my guess. Okay.
Where did these replicants come from?
Oh, there's a company. There's a company that made them, right?
Right, but where did these specific...
Oh, where did they come from?
Yeah, that's Tyrell Corporation, but where did these specific ones come from?
The Tyrell Corporation? Or the Rogue?
Yeah, these are replicants that they came back from off-planet.
But they were made by Tyrell
Yes,
Corporation?
Tyrell makes all of them.
Oh, okay.
They make all of them.
Okay, that was right.
You're right.
They were made by Tyrell Corporation.
That's like they say they were made by a guy.
Thank you. 1 point for me.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. How about this one? Let's go simpler.
Okay, good.
What city does the movie take place in?
Oh, what city does this take place in?
Which they tell you in the opening 20 seconds of the movie.
Detroit.
Wrong.
Shit.
You thinking RoboCop?
It looks like Detroit.
No, that's RoboCop, dude. That's
Well, it's gritty like Detroit. Okay. Los Angeles.
yes.
Hey!
Los Angeles.
That's just my second guess for where movies happen.
That's you could have said New York.
New York was 3.
Chicago, right?
So
Yeah,
this
Los
is
Angeles.
far future 2018 Los Angeles.
2019, Los Angeles.
2019.
Yep. What's going on with the Earth at this point?
So I know...
Like the atmosphere. How about that?
Yeah, so I saw the flying cars, and it's really dirty and gritty. So I have inferred
Okay.
that there was it's like a global warming thing. Like there's no ozone or something.
They don't actually specify exactly
Okay.
what the cause is, but yes, so something has totally screwed with
See?
the weather.
I told you I knew the movie.
You totally know it, man.
Okay.
Yeah. How did you?
See?
This is just like such a
Painful?
a classic movie of those times that. And I know this movie isn't everybody's cup of tea, obviously, of course, but it was. I think it was just groundbreaking.
See,
and I think
that's the hell of it. I think it is my cup of tea. I just never got around to it. I feel like someone who is illiterate and they just always kind of fake just barely being able to get by reading, but they can kind of function. So I kind of get by on Blade Runner. Like Blade Runner, I go, yeah, great movie.
holy crap, dude! I mean, in a way, to tell you the truth, in a way, I'm almost jealous of you.
Because I can
You have not
experience
seen
it
exactly.
anew, right?
You're gonna see this for the first time, and I tell you, it holds up. Like the special effects look like they could have been.
Yeah, you told me in preparation of this, you just watched it.
I just rewatched it for the 20,000th time.
So, okay, so you just watched it. So, and it still holds up. You said.
It holds up fantastic. I mean, some of the stuff you look like the way the computers are represented, you kind of see like that's not really the direction. But besides that, everything. I mean, even the special effects look. I mean, you would think they were done today.
So is it more like practical effects, or there was CGI?
There were CGI, but a lot of models.
Okay.
But really, really well done, super detailed.
Okay.
I mean, just and then the way they kind of bring the models into the action is they did a fantastic job on it.
Okay.
Yep.
I still don't understand what Blade Runner means. You told me what does the title mean?
It's just it's like a nickname given to people who hunt replicants.
Okay. Okay. So it's like Vice Squad.
Yeah, exactly.
Blade Runner Squad or
It's a
something.
Blade Runner Squad. Yeah.
Okay.
Just you Blade Runner.
He say you Blade Runner.
Are there?
One line.
So let me try to summarize now from what we've talked about.
Okay.
All right. So Blade Runner takes place in Los Angeles in 2019. Harrison Ford plays Decker.
Decker.
He's a Blade Runner.
Yes.
Searching for replicants.
Yes.
Who were made by the Tyrell Corporation,
Correct.
but they were on another planet. They've come back to Earth
Right.
during a time of some ecological hardships.
Right. For a very important reason.
So they're not just on a
They're not just like, hey, let's go visit
on a
Earth.
vacation. Earth sounds dope. Let's check it out.
Earth is the shithole. You would not.
Okay.
Nobody comes back to Earth
Okay,
voluntarily.
so the robots came back to Earth not for vacation,
Not
for some
vacations,
reason,
for a very specific reason.
and apparently they do this often enough that there's a specific dude whose job is to hunt down / kill
Yes.
because they're just not supposed to be there,
Right. Exactly. And it's
and then
it's kill on sight kind of thing.
and hilarity ensues.
And hilarious. Okay, here's another question for you.
Okay, all right, so
How do they tell if somebody's a replicant?
no belly button. Is that right?
No.
No, because they weren't born, right? They have a scanner thingy that they can scan and tell if you're a robot. No, damn it.
So, and the fact that it is actually very, very difficult
Okay,
to tell the difference is also plays into this.
so Cylons, of course.
yes.
Yeah. Thank God I've seen Battlestar. Right?
Yeah, otherwise you have no reference at all for this movie.
All right.
speaking of Battlestar, what Battlestar Galactica actor is in Blade Runner?
Which Battlestar Galactica?
New.
Okay. So, I might know this. Based on when the film came out, I'm going to guess Edward James Olmos. Yes! Because he's old, the movie's old.
The movie's old.
Because no one else at Battlestar was old enough to be in movies at that point.
You're right.
So,
yeah, that's actually good. That was good detective reasoning there, man.
See? There's how I pass. There's how I sneak under the Blade Runner radar.
Actually, you know what? You won't. There's absolutely no way in hell you're gonna know the answer to this. So
let me deduce it. Go ahead. Shoot.
The key there's one replicant that's kind of like the leader of the replicants.
Okay.
But what is the thing he does at the end to Decker that is also like you're like.
So this is like iconic. This is like spinning the top at the end
exactly.
of Inception.
It's like the spinning top kind of moment.
The last thing he does. He tells someone else that they're a replicant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll wait.
So you have to watch.
I'll wait and see.
Yeah, you have to watch that one too.
Okay. All right, Mo. Thank you for taking the time to embarrass me further about Blade Runner.
Sad, man.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut in just a second. We're gonna leap in time. I'm gonna watch Blade Runner.
So definitely see the final cut version.
I'm gonna watch the director's cut.
Yes. Well, actually, it's called the final cut.
The final cut.
Because there's also a director's cut.
Okay. So the final cut. That's the one to watch. That's like the de facto.
That's the one that Ridley Scott wanted to originally
The director,
put out.
right.
Yes, the director wanted to originally put out.
The final cut. Is it like 7 hours long?
No. It's actually, they only added like very small scenes, but they were, they really helped kind of pull the movie together.
Okay. I will now have seen the film. We're going to get back together. We're going to shoot another session of this where I have now seen the film. We can both revel in my previous ignorance.
Yes.
We'll talk about the things I now know that you asked me I didn't know, and then we can kind of geek out about what's coming in the sequel.
Absolutely, man. Sounds like fun.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, you got to do this, man.
Okay. All right. We'll be back.
Don't you know that you're a grown-up? No games, no puns. Not allowed if you're a grown-up. No more watching shows till sunrise. Unacceptable for grown-ups. Your dinner cannot just be french fries. Basically, life sucks as